So we'll start the third video on biomass energy system. Problems involved with biogas productions we'll see now. So these are the major factors affecting the biogas production. So it is important question from the exam point of view. Every time they are asking this question. So raw material which we use, and solid content, what is there, loading, seeding, pH value, temperature, toxic materials, stirring, intermittent contact. So these, and 10 is retention time. So these are 10 factors which affect the biogas production. First one, raw material. So different problems are involved with each of the wastes with regards to collection, transportation, processing, storage, residue utilization, and ultimate use. So residues from the agriculture sector such as spent raw, hay, grain trash, corn and plant stubble, and biogas need to be shredded in order to facilitate their flow into the digester reactor, as well as to increase the efficiency of bacteria action. So raw material plays important role. So influent solid content, so it should not cross more than actually 8%. So 10 to 15% in a slurry can yield better production results. So too dilute, too concentrated will result in low biogas production. So experience has shown that raw material ratio to water should be 1.1, that is 100 kg of excreta to 100 kg of water you need to mix. Next is loading, how much we need to load. The size of the digester depends upon the loading, which is determined by the solid contents, retention time, and gas digester temperature vary with the different digesters. So higher loading rates have been used when ambient temperatures are high. In practice, the loading rate expression, either first one, weight of total volatile solids added per day per unit volume of digester, or the weight of total volatile solids added per day per weight of total volume of solids in a digester. So this is the how we have to load. So seeding. So seeding means bacteria we need to seed in the this one digester so as to get a required methane production. So while acid formers proliferate fast and increase in numbers, the methane formers reproduce and multiply slowly. Hence it's better to increase the methane former number by artificial seeding. But beyond certain seed concentration, gas production will decrease. So optimum only seeding we need to do. So how much we need to do? The seed material should be twice the volume of the fresh manure slurry during the start up phase, with the gradual decrease in the amount of added over a 3-week period. If the digester accumulates volatile acids as a result of overloading, the situation can be remedied by reseeding, that is by addition of lime or other alkali. So pH we have already spoken. Thus for a successful pH range, anaerobic digestion is 6.8 to 8. So slight low pH may dilute by the addition of lime. So this is the major thing in the pH. Temperature already we have discussed. Optimum temperature is 50 to 60. Best digestion proceeds at 35 to 30 degree. Methane bacteria works best at a temperature 35 to 80 degree with thermophiles. So if you doesn't maintain, you can maintain at least 50 to 60. So this is the temperature regarding nutrients. That is CN ratio should be 30 for optimum range of biogas generation. Toxic materials. Common toxic substances are soluble salts of copper, zinc, nickel, mercury, and chromium. On the other hand, salts of sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium may stipulatory or toxic in action. So these things you need to take care. Pesticides and synthetic detergents may also be troublesome to the process. Steering also plays an important role. So when solid matters are not well threaded are present in the digester, gas generation may be impeded by the formation of scum, and that is comprised of these low density solids. In time, the scum hardens, disrupting the digestion process and causing stratification. Therefore, in order to ensure maximum efficiency, it is essential that they are intermittently mixed with the food the rate of reaction. So this can be avoided by mechanical steering. Retention time. So normal period of digestion of cow dung would be 2 to 4 weeks. So after that you should remove that. The retention period of biogas generation inside it's known as retention time. Factors such as temperature, dilution, loading rate are influence the retention time. High temperature biogas digestion occurs faster, hence reducing the time of requirement. So advantages we'll see. So this technology is cheaper and much simpler. Recovery of products that is spontaneous as the gas automatically separates from the substrates. Dilute wastes that 20 to 10% can be used as a substrate. Organic pollutants are removed from the environment and used to generate a useful gas. Disadvantages. So calorific value is rather low and it's unattractive. The biogas yields are lower due to dilute nature. This process is not very attractive economically on large scale production. Biogas contains some gas impurities which are corrosive to the metal parts of the internal combustion engine. So we have some gasifiers to convert those biomass into the gasification form. So these processes convert raw biomass into variety of gases, liquids and solids that can be directly used for power plant for power generation. The carbohydrates in biomass which comprise of oxygen, carbon and hydrogen can be broken down into variety of chemicals, some of which are commonly we can use thermochemical, biochemical and chemical methods. So thermochemical is what? When plant matter is heated but not burned, it is break down into various gases, liquids and solids. These products can be further processed and refined into useful fuels such as methane and alcohol. So biomass gasification capture methane released from the plants and burn it in a gas turbine to produce electricity. Second one is biochemical. So bacteria, yeasts and enzymes also break down the carbohydrates. Fermentation, the process used to make the wine, changes biomass liquids into alcohol, a combustible fuel. Similar process is used to turn corn into grain alcohol or ethanol which is mixed with the gasoline to make a gasohol. When bacteria breaks down biomass, methane and carbon dioxide are produced, this methane can be captured in a sewage treatment plants and landfills and burned for heat and power. Third one is chemical. Biomass oils like soybean and canola oil can be chemically converted into liquid fuel similar to diesel fuel and into gasoline additives. For example, cooking oil from restaurants has been used as a source of biodiesel for trucks. The better way to produce biodiesel is to use algae as a source of oil. So type of gasifiers: updraft gasifier, or it is called as counter current gasifier; downdraft or co-current gasifier; cross draft and fluid bed gasifier. So updraft gasifier means what? So air is supplied from the bottom and gas is released at the top. So this is how it is called as updraft. The oldest and simplest type, the air enters from the bottom, the producer gas collected. See here, I will just show, I'll take a pointer. So gas is collected from the top and air is entering from the bottom. The produced gas collected from the top of the gasifier, so it is called as updraft. Combustion reactions occur near the grate at the bottom. Gas produced has no ash but contains tar and water vapor. Updraft gasifiers are suitable for, so this is the tar diagram fuel slate. So here already it is this one loaded, this one. So drying zone, so if it is fully loaded, so then as and when this gets heated, so here the first is it gets dried because moisture is removed, then distillation zone, reduction, heat, hearth zone, and falling finally as ash zone. So here one more diagram is showed for updraft. So drying, pyrolysis, reduction and oxidation. So air is supplied here with help of oxygen. This is again burnt in a large quantity. Here reduced, pyrolyzed and dried. So this is coming down and down, and gas is produced from the top. Fuel is supplied from also top. So major advantages: simple in construction of operation, high charcoal burnouts and internal heat exchanges leading to low gas exit temperatures and high equipment efficiency. Possibility of operation with the many types of